Hello Year 4. We are starting with our English lesson, okay? And this is called Chasing the Clouds. So please pay attention. Once I'm done, I'll ask somebody to read, okay? So pay attention please. Got you, cried Jake, tagging Ellie's back. Ellie just laughed and started chasing him. They were playing tag on the top field. It was better with more people, but their best friends had gone away for the holidays. Not that it really mattered. Being twins, Jay and Ellie always had each other. Ellie cornered her brother near the peak, tagging his back. I'm just going to stop here and would like somebody to repeat. All right, so could you, Fozia? All right.
Got you, cried Jay, taking his back. Ellie just laughed and started chasing him. They were playing tag on the top field. It was better with more people, but their best friend had gone away for the holiday. Not that it really mattered. Being twins, Jay and Ellie always had each other. Ellie courted her brother near the peak, tucking his back. Hey, that's not fair.
Tagging. That's okay. That's great. So, who could explain me? What did you understand? Okay, Hajar, would you like to explain what you understood out of this?
Yeah.
Yeah?
So, Jay and Ellie are twins, and they were playing tag on the top field. And they would have been more happy with more people, but their best friends had gone away for holiday. And it showed that Ellie pushed Jay to the corner of the peak, and when Jay tagged Ellie, he cried. Got you, cried Jay.
Okay.
So that's what I understood.
Great. Okay, so we will have the comprehension at the end of the lesson. Okay, so pay attention. All right, that's it for now. So we stop the camera. All right, so we are starting with our maths lesson. All right, we have already done with the decimals. Okay, decimal addition. So year 4, I will ask somebody to come for the decimal. All right, so we can. All right, so just wait. Okay, hold your horses, guys. I have to choose. You know what? Everybody wants to come. Right. Yusuf, why not you come? Okay. Don't worry, you'll all get your chance. Come on here. Come, Yusuf. Okay. Like you. Here's the pen, and is there something? Yes. So, first of all, tell me, you'll start your, you're going to start it from the left or from the right? I've explained it to you before. Right, okay. Go on. Okay. Now, if Yusuf is, Yusuf, go on. If he's making a mistake, then maybe somebody will tell me. All right, Yusuf. Well, that's good. So the decimal comes down. Whoa, okay. So 7 plus 7 and a 5 is what? 15. Oh, you missed, yeah, now it's okay. Yeah? All right? Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, so this was our addition. Who else want to come? Great. Okay, Layla, you can come. All right. Everybody get a chance. Don't worry. Layla, number 2. That's not very clear, but you can do it. Number 2. Now you're gonna. You're gonna start from here. All right. Okay, could you stop, please? Okay, so now we are starting with our history lesson. these are the contents that we have covered in the history. In World War II, we covered Anne Frank, then Henry VIII, Tudor life, the timeline of Henry VIII and his 6 wives. Schools in Tudor times, that was the really interesting one. Okay, we're just going back to Anne Frank. We have Anne Frank. Anne Frank, because Anne Frank is one of the characters from the World War II. And it's about a diary of a young girl, Anne Frank, who was in captivity during the time of World War II by the Hitler forces. And stop the video.
3.
Okay, now we are discussing about what about the schools in the Tudor times? I think everybody enjoyed this topic. So I would like to start with Hajar. Hajar, explain me what Tudor time punishments were.
Tudor time punishments were, it was Tudor time, so it was like very long ago. It was where Tudor time punishments was where the children, how they got punished in those times. The way was they had this stick or this branch that they would pull off of trees, and it was like really hard. It was like almost metalish. So you could feel it when you whip, it's like really hard. So what would happen is maybe rich people, like rich boys, would have a whipping boy with them, or a whipping child. And that girl...
Why would they have a whipping child?
Because if they do anything wrong, it's not them who gets whipped, it's the whipping child.
So if they make a mistake, instead of they getting the punishment, somebody else will get it.
Yes.
So how would they get the whipping child? Would they pay for the boy?
No, it's like maybe if they had a maid in their house, their maid's children, their maid's nephews, they would take him, but they would pay extra money at the end.
I see. Yeah, well that's cool.
And also there's 2 different schools, the grammar school and the petty school. The petty school is where they really don't learn much. It's more like in the teacher's house, not in a normal school. But grammar schools, they actually have desks and tables like any other school. So that was the difference. And the thing is that I feel it's a good thing for also the whipping child, because he gets to study the education that they get, because he's also sitting in the class.
I see. So that was the only benefit of having. Okay, yes. Now, do you want to add something?
Mr. Ahmed, something is bad when a teacher starts whipping like a child. Like if the rich boy had a fight and the whipping child was not doing nothing, the whipping child get whipped, not from the rich, and whipping when a teacher whipped a child, it's not good. When they grow up and they became a teacher, they will start whipping kids and like that.
I see.
They'll
Yeah.
start whipping them, and then the other kids will grow
Yeah,
up,
they would treat it unfairly. Yes, Muhammad.
I don't think it's fair because like the rich person, for the whipping child, I think it's not fair for him, because if the rich boy comes and pushes up another person by accident and makes him in trouble. I don't think it's fair, and I don't like that they hit them with like a really hard stick.
Yeah.
And when they grow up, they'll do that to their kids, or if they be a teacher, they'll do that to
Yeah,
their
they think it'll. Yeah, because if they're raised in a school where they were receiving these punishments, they don't think it's wrong. Okay, Layla, you want to add something?
Yes. So when they grow up, they will learn that whipping is a good thing to do because their teachers used to whip them. And
Yeah.
if I was there, I would get whipped because it's not fair like that. And like Mr. Mike, he went to a whipping school probably, and then he has grown up in a whipping school. So that's why he's whipping his.
Yeah, well, that's not a good thing. Yeah, thank you for telling me. You want to say something about this? Yeah, Tudor time or Anne Frank?
I think that the Tudor times punishment are like so unfair because maybe the child did this by accident and they get whipped for no reason. And for the whipping child, I feel bad for him, but a bit good because he gets free education, and the more he gets to be the whipping child, person has to pay them more. So maybe when they grow up, they might get successful and they become rich.
Well, that's one opinion. Thank you. Well, I'm glad that everybody understood and you're all adding your piece to this, to this information, which is great. And this is what I like about Year 4. That's why I call you Fabulous Year 4, because everybody is not afraid to think out of the box, and you all have your own mind. I'm very proud of him. Thank you, class. Thank you, Year 4. Thank you. All right, now this is our science as one of those things, one of those many things we have done in science. Dinosaurs. It's one of those projects we have done in the class. Everybody enjoyed it. Let's just ask you questions if you remember something. All right, so dinosaurs. How did dinosaurs evolve into birds? This is about evolution. Okay, so this picture shows us how they shrank with time. All right. Could I ask somebody about evolution? Yeah.
They get into birds because there was a big brothers coming from the outside the earth, and they evolved into birds.
There was a okay.
There were dinosaurs.
Yeah. There was a big asteroid hit the planet. All right, I'm just gonna.
Dinosaurs?
Okay, yeah, do you want to add?
Yeah, it's actually an asteroid hit the Earth, and not every dinosaur survived. Some meat eaters survived, not all meat eaters. The plant eaters couldn't survive because of the tsunamis and the earthquakes and everything.
Why plant eaters couldn't survive? Maybe
because the plants kept on falling and dying, and there was no fresh fruit.
Okay, all right.
And they have to go underwater. They had to survive underwater.
Yeah.
That's when the Titanic Ocean and the Arctic Ocean, you could see bones of dinosaurs and stuff. So that's where you know that dinosaurs were there living in the time.
Evolution. What do you think about evolution? Dinosaur evolution.
I think how they evolved is from the shape of the body. It kept on getting smaller and more different colors and came through the passing by.
Yeah, that's how. Why evolution happened? Because there wasn't enough
Because
food.
there wasn't. Well, it's because the dinosaurs, because Allah made them do it. But because even the dinosaurs, there was not enough for everybody, and they had to shrink because the world wouldn't be living with the huge animals right now. It needs smaller species. So that's why how chickens evolved from dinosaurs.
Right. That's one theory. Thank you. Yes, Layla, what do you think about dinosaurs?
They're good, but when the chickens, they slowly get bigger and bigger into dinosaurs. Then
Chickens, well, dinosaurs. The chickens were dinosaurs. So yes.
So God, He moved all the dinosaurs so we can live, because He knew we all wanted to live, and many
On the
people
planet.
died.
Okay. So of course, so you need some room on planets, and of course you couldn't live with dinosaurs. Right. Anybody else wanna add something? Yes.
I think the asteroid. No, I think God made He made the asteroid hit the planet to make dinosaurs into smaller species, to make humans live on this planet, and some like the small dinosaurs, they could survive. They didn't need a lot of food like the big ones, so they went underwater, underground,
Yeah, to escape the heat.
and to escape the heat.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Haji, you want to add more?
And also, when the dinosaurs shrunk more, their appetites got smaller. The more they shrunk, the more the appetite got smaller. So that's chicken these days. You rarely see them.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Anybody else want to say something? Yes, Lina?
Mr. Why the chicken nugget called dino nugget?
Yeah, chicken nuggets, the diamond. That's really okay.
That's a
Maybe
question.
chicken. Well, maybe chicken noodle soup or dino noodle soup, yeah? Okay. Yes? Anybody else like to say something? Yes, Ali?
Is this fake or real?
That's real, actually.
Yes.
That's one theory about chickens, that they were, all the birds were dinosaurs.
Well, I can show you
Oh,
something.
just hold on a second. Who's your favorite dinosaur? Someone, what about T-Rex? Who like T-Rex?
I love Argentinosaurus.
And don't birds have 4 cone cells? Does that mean dinosaurs have 4 cone cells? Because they also can see UV light.
Yeah, well, of course. Which were your favorite dinosaurs? Yes?
Mine is
T-Rex, huh? And T-Rex was a scavenger. And you know what scavengers are? Can anybody tell me what a scavenger is? Yeah, okay. Yeah, what is a scavenger?
The scavengers, like when this animal, they like to eat the meat after them.
That animal, yeah.
The scavenger, and after the scavenger is the decomposers.
Okay, they feed on that.
The decomposers are the small insects, and the scavengers like
Comes before, yes.
yeah, comes after
Yes,
the.
yeah.
I want to say my favorite dinosaur is Argentinosaurus. And some scientists tested the DNA of the dinosaur and the bird, and they said it doesn't match.
Yeah, maybe. There's so many of them. Yes?
My favorite dinosaur is Argentinosaurus.
Argentinosaurus. Why is it called Argentinosaurus?
Yes,
Yeah.
because it was made. It was
Argentina.
Because the eggs hatched in Argentina.
Yes, Argentina.
When
They found the fossil.
they found the fossils in Argentina.
Yeah, that's the one. Okay, I think that's enough for today.
Yes, bye.